Okay, so problem number 6, evaluate the definite integral. All right, so this is u substitution. So I wrote the original problem. Now, your u is what's in this radical, the square root sign. All right, so your u is going to be 2x squared plus 1. Your du is the derivative of that. So the derivative of 2x squared is 4x dx. Derivative of 1 is nothing, so it just disappears. Now, we need the x dx. We don't need the 4, so I multiply both sides by 1/4, excuse me. All right, so I did this problem 2 different ways. One way, you go to u substitution. Both this part's the same. All right, so this part goes out front, the integration sign. It's u to the 1/2 du. All right, now, these are x values. You don't have to switch back to x. You could leave it in u. If you leave it in u, what you don't want to do is write 0, 2 here, because these are x values, not u values. So technically, that would be incorrect. All right, so just want to make you aware of that. All right, if you leave it in u, you got to turn this interval into u values. And you do that by going to your u and subbing. Let's say we sub 2 in here. 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So that becomes a 9. That's a u value. Sub 0 in, 0 squared, 0 times 2, 0 plus 1 is 1. All right, so if you leave it in u, which I kind of like, I do it both ways. The end result's the same. But you don't want to put 0, 2 in here. So if you're planning on switching back to x, use u substitution for the calculus. All right, so 1/4, bring it down. Add 1 to the exponent. So when you add 1 to 1/2, it's 3 seconds. And then divide by 3 seconds. Now, I instantly flipped it. So you don't divide by fractions, you multiply by the reciprocal. So I flipped 3/2, so it's now 2/3, and I multiplied by 2/3. So that's how I got that. Now, the calculus is this on both sides. Now, if you switch back to x, so you replace your u, you go back and you replace your u with 2x squared plus 1. You sub your 2 in. So 2 squared is 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. The bottom 2 is a root. Square root of 9 is 3. Then you go to the top number, the numerator. 3 to the 3rd power is 27. 27 times 2 is 54. So I did it there. It looks like I simplified it. And then that's 54/3. When you sub 0 in, that's 0 plus 1. 1 to any power is 1. 1 times 2 is 2, so that's 2/3. So this is me subbing 2 in. This is me subbing 0 in. All right, so I combine those. 52 is not divisible by 3, but it is divisible by 4. So 52 divided by 4 is 13, so it's 13/3. Okay, so that's switching back to x, which you don't have to. You could leave it in u. All right, so in this case, the math ultimately is the same. I think maybe it's slightly easier leaving it in u. But if you're confused by the interval, switch it back to x and use the original interval. All right, so I did the calculus. Add 1 to the exponent, divide by the new exponent, but you multiply by the reciprocal. Boom. Sub 9 in. So again, the bottom 2, square root of 9 is 3. 3 to the 3rd power is 27. 27 times 2 is 54/3. Sub 1 in. 1 to any power is 1 times 2 is 2. So that's 2/3. Combine them, 52/3. And I took 52 divided by 4, got 13. All right, that's how you do that one.